Hi everyone, today I'm going to be making something pumpkin. I'll be making baked pumpkin donuts. What do you need to go into the baked pumpkin donuts? 1 1/4 cups flour, or 1 cup flour and 1/4 cup whole wheat flour. I'll just be using the regular flour. 1/2 cup sugar, or 1/4 cup sugar and 1/4 cup coconut sugar. I'll just be using the sugar. 1/2 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon baking powder, 3/4 teaspoon pumpkin spice or cinnamon. I'll be using my homemade pumpkin spice. 1/4 cup pumpkin puree, 1 tablespoon unsweetened applesauce, 1 1/2 tablespoons butter melted, or you can use plant-based, 1/2 cup whole milk, or you could use almond milk, and that's it to make the donuts. For the coating, 3 tablespoons butter melted, or use plant-based, 1 teaspoon ground cinnamon, and 3/4 cups granulated sugar or coconut sugar. So you can make this non-healthy like I'm going to make it, or you can make it a little bit healthier. So let's begin. Generously grease your donut pan. I use the Baker's Joy, and you want to make sure you get the posts all covered as well. First thing you need to do is preheat your oven to 350. Take a large bowl and whisk together all of the dry ingredients, the 1 1/4 cups, the 1 1/4 cups flour, 1/2 cup sugar, the 1/2 teaspoon salt, the 1 teaspoon baking powder, and the 3/4 teaspoon of pumpkin pie spice, and give that a good whisk. And set that aside for a minute. Take another bowl and whisk together the wet ingredients, the 1/4 cup pumpkin puree, the 1 tablespoon of unsweetened applesauce, the 1 1/2 tablespoons of melted butter, and I had melted 2 tablespoons, so I just poured it in here so I wouldn't have too much butter, and the 1/2 cup whole milk, and give that a good whisk. I have never made any type of donuts ever, but I figured baked donuts would be pretty easy. Gently fold the wet mix into the dry mix, and do not overmix. Take your prepared pan and spoon the batter into the pan. It's kind of sticky. And hopefully my little pegs in there are sprayed good enough that they won't stick to the center posts. So it made 9 donuts. I'm sure they're going to puff up way higher. I probably shouldn't have filled them that full, but I didn't want to have to get another pan ready. So put your donuts in a 350-degree oven for 10 to 11 minutes. So I cooked them for 12 minutes, and to check them to see if they're done, you just touch them, and if they spring back, they are done. I'll let these cool for a couple of minutes, and then I'll move them to the cooling racks. So here they are. They're kind of ugly, and if I would have had a greased finger or maybe even a floured finger, I could have smoothed out the dough a little bit better. I didn't think about it till afterwards. While these are cooling, we'll make the sugar coating. You take melted butter, which was 3 tablespoons, and then you take 3/4 of a cup of granulated sugar in another bowl, and the 1 teaspoon of cinnamon, and whisk that up. Now, if you remember when I used the cinnamon muffins, I used the same sugar coating. So we take a donut, dip it in the butter, and then dip it in the sugar and cinnamon. And there we have it. Looks a little bit better with it covered up. I'll do another one for you. Butter and cinnamon and sugar coating. There you go. So I'll finish that up and I'll be right back. So here they are, the baked pumpkin donuts dipped in a cinnamon sugar coating, and you are supposed to serve them immediately so they'll be nice and warm. But I'm going to actually wait until Dave gets home tonight and he can have it after we eat supper. If you don't eat them all right away, or like I'm going to do, I'm going to wait until this evening, put them in an airtight container and stick them in the refrigerator. All right, so for my own peace of mind, I hated the way the other ones turned out. So I did make another batch. And the first one I made was this one here. And this one was made in the silicone pan. And it turned out pretty good. And if you remember, the other batch I made had more of a muffin shape to it. Well, I did overfill it. So I put some more in that pan, but only filled it half full. And it is more of a donut shape. So I feel a lot better on that. I just wanted to update that. So if you have a metal pan, just make sure that you don't fill it up very full, only about halfway. I filled the silicone pan about halfway as well. It seemed to rise a little bit more in that pan, and it did take about 2 minutes longer to cook than this one did. So here are the baked pumpkin donuts. I'll get Dave to do a taste test.
Is your pumpkin?
Yes.
These are pretty good. Smell good too. I like them.
Recipe deals for easy meals. Please like, subscribe, and share. This is Cooking with Sherry. Until we meet again.